What's going on, everybody? I've never done a video like this before, so sorry if this is very awkward or kind of hard to watch. I've literally just never recorded a video for YouTube like this before. It's always just been gameplay ripped from my stream, so sorry about that. Hope you guys enjoy though. I wanted to make this video a while ago, I just never found the time to. I don't know how long this is gonna end up being, but I have some bullet points wrote down, so I'm gonna try to go over those as fast as possible. Even if this video doesn't get a lot of attention, I'm really hoping either somebody bigger in the community or just a bigger channel than mine can give their own opinion, their own feedback, and maybe build off of this idea just to see where it could go. Anyways, let's get started. Warzone Gunsmith 2.0. All the numbers I'm going to be using in this video are examples. All of them are just examples. They're used to help you understand what I'm trying to say, basically. Obviously, most or maybe all of this isn't going to work until they fully fix the Cold War guns and all those attachments and everything. This actually might make it worse, or it might even make it better. I don't know, I'm not a developer. So, first things first, they need to make the attachments say what they actually do, which with these recent updates they have been. For example, the agency suppressor, how they have all the new descriptions. We need all of them to be like that. After equipping attachments, they need to do percentages like Cold War. Instead of it just having pros, plus, 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 and cons, they need to actually have a percentage. So you know, my vertical recoil is actually getting controlled by how much. So, I mean, not to knock anybody who makes videos such as JGod, True Game Data, and Exclusive Ace, not to knock them or anything, but it's it could be annoying trying to go to a third party and figure this out when they could just have it in the game like how Cold War does. It doesn't need to be as detailed as Cold War, because obviously this game isn't like Rainbow Six Siege, it's Call of Duty, so in the end you're either going to win the gunfight or you're not, but it would still be nice to actually see a number instead of just trying to play a guessing game off these bars and the pros and cons list. Another thing they need to add, I forgot what Call of Duty it was in, I think it was in a couple of them, they need to add a shooting range. So when you click on Gunsmith here, how it says back, select, deselect, select all, and preview weapon down there at the bottom, there should be like a test weapon or go to firing range. And it just puts you in a little, basically a gun range. And there's a target, there could be multiple targets at different distances, and they're labeled how far they are. There could be a moving target, just so you could test them out with having to go into plunder or drop in a solo game to test your weapons out. You should be able to just be able to do it in a shooting range. They also should have targets with armor, targets with no armor, targets with 1 plate, targets with 2 plates, targets with 3 plates, so you know exactly how your gun is going to, what the TTK is on your weapon, so you'll know exactly what you're to expect when you actually drop into the game. Another thing I think they need to do personally, I mean, I don't know if anyone else is going to agree with this, but I think they should just get rid of all duplicate weapons. Instead of having a Modern Warfare AK and a Cold War AK and 2 MP5s, the M4 and the XM4, there's going to be 2 crossbows now. Just get rid of all the duplicate guns and just kind of meet them in the middle with their statistics. Just kind of mesh them together and make it into 1 MP5, 1 AK-47, 1 crossbow. To compare Rainbow Six Siege to this game again, but what I think they should do that could be basically the main point of this whole video is how the Cold War guns have the agency suppressors, the Modern Warfare guns have the monolithic suppressors. They should do it to where all of these guns share the same gunsmith. They all have monolithics, no agency and no agency and monolithic, just 1 suppressor. They could call it whatever. They could just keep it monolithic, they could keep it agency. But I think they should all have the same attachments, all of the same grips. Not Cold War gets field agent and bruiser and patrol, and then the Call of Duty or the Modern Warfare guns get find one. The operator and the ranger, I think they should all have the same attachments. Obviously, for example, the AMAX, it has an XRK Zodiac barrel. Okay, well then yeah, that makes sense, because that's just the AMAX's longest barrel. Same with the Graw's Archangel barrel. Don't change that, because obviously that's just the guns. But I think they should all share the same attachments to a certain extent, Like, obviously, once again, like, the magazines are going to be different, how some get 45 rounds, some get 60 rounds. And obviously, I don't mean it like that. Just the grips, suppressors, all that, those all should be shared universally through all of the weapons. Guns that have, like, special attachments, how the PKM has a snatch grip, the AN-94 has that purple scope that no other guns have. Obviously, you can keep those because that's what makes those guns kind of unique. They get their own actual attachment. So anything like the same with the MP5, the monolithic integral suppressor, and stuff like this. Like, obviously keep that. That's what makes these guns stand out. But for the most part, have them all share. They all use the monolithic. They all have these certain underbarrels. They all have these certain lasers. And then that brings me to my next point. Just to be clear again, all of these numbers are examples. They don't have to be set in stone. This isn't what I think is right or wrong. I think there should be 3 red dots, 2 hollows, a canted scope with the red dot, the one that you can switch between, a hollow sight with the red dot to switch between, a 2 to 4 times scope, a 3 times like the VLK, and then a 4 times, kind of like how the Axle arms, these how they have the Royal and Cross 4 times. Just because that's another thing that can clear the air here. Like, look at how many sights there are. No one actually uses all of these sights. Yes, Call of Duty, you can say there's over 60 million different combinations you can make with a gun, but it's like, how about we squish that down to a handful of red dots, a handful of hollow sights, like I said, like 3 red dots, like maybe 2 or 3 different hollows. Then you have your canted sights, just your hybrid sights like that, just be able to have those, to use those if you want to. I think sniper rifles and marksman rifles should get all of the sights I just listed, all the red dots, all the hollows, all the canted hybrids, plus they get their default sniper scope, how the AX50, HDR, and all these, they all have their default sniper. Marksman, they all come iron sights, but you know, they have one sniper scope. Those all stay the same. I think the sniper rifles, I'm not entirely sure what their magnification is, but I would like to say that like all of the snipers are a default of an 8 times scope. Maybe they might not all fall into it because the HDR is a longer ranged weapon, the Rytech is longer ranged, so maybe not all of them, but I think like, okay, like the Tundra, the HDR, the AX50, the Rytech, I think those should all be around the same magnifications as each other, very, very close to each other. I think all of the marksman rifles, their default scopes should be all around the same, like 6 to 7 magnification, and then all the other snipers, like I said, are 8 to 9 magnification maybe. There should be 2 variable zoom scopes between the marksman and sniper rifles. I think there should be a 6 to 10 magnification and an 8 to 16. Just so you got your lower end variable zoom for a little bit more aggressive engagements, and then you have your longer range variable zoom for basically the people who are running the HDR and like maybe the Rytech or something like that, the long range snipers. Got a couple hot takes at the end of the video, so this is just a couple hot takes. Maybe each gun has 1 to 3 unique attachments given to them each season. So maybe they add a barrel, a certain barrel to a certain gun, and it's only for the first half of the season. They change it mid-season, they give it to another gun, that gun gets a certain reticle or a certain scope. That might not be the best idea, but that's why it's a hot take. I think they should take stuns just completely out of the Gulag. Almost all equipment, because the Gulag is supposed to be a bare-bones prison fight. I don't think you should be able to, I don't think you're supposed to be in the Gulag. You get your AR with stuns, a Semtex. Like, I think you're not supposed to be kitted up. You get captured off the battlefield. I think you should get a pistol, SMG, AR, either no equipment or at least take stuns completely out. Just give us like a snapshot grenade. I think the stun should be a quick little bam stun. I think they should only last 1 to 3 seconds. You shouldn't be immobile for more than 5 or 7 seconds, because like when you get stunned, it's basically like you just know you're done. You can't turn, you can't do anything. So the stuns are they just last a little too long, in my opinion. I think it should just be a quick little bop. Like, if you're pushing a building, throw it up in the window, they get stunned, you can catch them off guard at least that way. So you're not completely dead when you get stunned. I think they either need to nerf dead silence by decreasing how long you have it. They also need to nerf stopping power rounds by basically make dead silence and stopping power rounds spawn less in general, or just completely take them out of the game. I understand that they're supposed to be a little power up, a little perk, but they're both extremely broken. So I don't think they should even have either of them in Warzone, especially how much trouble they have balancing all of these guns and stuff. The last thing we need is to not be able to hear footsteps and to just get melted in 4 frames with a gun that has stopping power rounds. It just can get really annoying. If self-revives, if they are in ground loot, they should be $5,000 at the buy. They shouldn't be ground loot and 4,000. They should make them 5,000 at the buy if they're already on the ground. If they're not already on the ground, I still almost think they should be 5,000 because they give you so many second chances in this game. You die the first time, you get to your gulag, you come back, you can pick up a self-revive, you get down, you pick yourself up with a self-revive, you can go buy another one at the store. Like, they need to just be 5,000, don't make them ground loot. Or if you do make them ground, make them extremely rare. Last but not least, the Ghost perk. Let me see, I'm going to my Ghost class here. Undetectable UAVs, radar drones, and heartbeat sensors. I think you should be able to, I think you should have to be moving. I don't think you should be able to stand still for a really long time and still not be able to pop up on the map. You should have to be moving. There was a Call of Duty like this, I forgot exactly which one it is. FaZe Jev actually talks about this a lot. Shout out to FaZe Jev, I've been watching him forever. Anyways. Like, because you can get Ghost, and you and your whole squad, all 4 of you, can just rat out in the top of a building. Literally just not move. Trophy system, you got your munitions box, you're just full, your armor box, you're just ratting it out. And you all have Ghost, and you don't have to move. You should have to move a certain amount every couple minutes, every 2 to 5 minutes. Mid-game, Ghost is just super powerful. Everybody has a Ghost class. Literally everybody runs Ghost. So these people just rat it out, and they're just undetectable by everything. There's nothing you can do about it. They're just fully undetectable. I think you at least have to be moving. If you guys like this video or want to see more, I can go in depth in way more other things. This was just kind of me putting this video out quick just so it could finally be out. I've been wanting to record this video for a really long time and just get some of these points out, but I could talk about way more. So if you guys like this type of video or something, I can definitely do more. Comment what you guys think, leave a like, share this to maybe get it some more publicity, and then if that happens, I can put out the second video and get even more in depth with everything on how I feel, and then hopefully it could just keep building. And then, like I said, hopefully a bigger channel or just somebody bigger in the community can kind of catch wind of an idea like this, put their opinions on it, and basically the idea will just get tossed around until this finally gets molded into like perfect. Obviously it's not gonna be perfect, but like molded into a very solid idea, and then maybe they can utilize that for the next time they integrate a game and it's not as messy. Like they don't have to worry about putting all these attachments into the next game when they integrate the next Call of Duty into Warzone. It'll just be all they have to do is put the guns in, and all the attachments are already in Modern Warfare, or Warzone in that case. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, see ya. Me and the boys are usually live on Twitch Monday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern to 9:30, 10 o'clock every Monday through Thursday. Live on Twitch, so if you ever want to stop into the chat and watch me play live, or even give me some feedback while I'm playing, that would be greatly appreciated. Any support at all, whether you like this video, comment, share it, pop into my Twitch chat, anything. All support is greatly appreciated. I think that's it. Thank you guys.